What's up, folks? What's happening? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, live from the virtual Heinz Field, live from the steel basement. All right, ready to get into it. Once again, after a very, very, very disappointing Monday night, a very emotional-filled reaction post-game show. So you guys know that's always the emotion. The emotion is raw and heavy, and by the next day, usually the next couple days, because most of the time we're playing on Sunday, you're able to calm down, relax a little bit, and, see if you still have some of the same thoughts or there's some new thoughts, etc., etc. And then, of course, you have film. Now, in this case, and I will repeat this again in a moment, in this case, I actually haven't had a chance to rewatch the game, nor watch any of the film. However, the film is available, so I'm great for that. So we're going to do like we've been doing the last couple weeks. We'll do it live on the fly. I haven't seen one play again. So I'll just be picking random plays. I think that'll be a very unique way of doing it, because then we don't have any preconceived notion. We'll watch it together. And I think that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it tonight, man. Because the game was last night, because I didn't get off with you guys until about 1:30 a.m., didn't get into bed until after 2 a.m., a little bit beat. Didn't have an opportunity to watch the game again today. Of course, I work a regular 9 to 5, even though I work from home. There you have it, right? So we're going to do it live on the show. And again, I'm going to probably try not to go that long tonight, because again, last night took a lot out of me. Stayed with you guys for quite a long time, about an hour and 30 plus minutes. But anyway, man, let's do what we normally do. We're going to say hello to the early commenters, and then we'll dive in. I'll give a couple of my thoughts. I'm going to do something a little different as far as just, some Q&A, if you will. I'm going to ask a question, and I want to hear some of you guys' answers and suggestions, based on some of the narratives that are actually out there already, is, one of which I even have myself. And we'll throw it in the chat. We'll do that first, and then we'll get into the film study. But first and foremost, let's say what's up and what's going on to the early commenters. LD2 Drippy Carter, Vaducci Man, Robert Ellison, Rajon 39. Hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing this evening? C. Antoine Hill. Hello, Miss Debbie. How you doing this evening? Who else we got? Good brother Kenyon in the building. Danielle Scott. Kegel's Bagel. Let's see who else we got. Carolina Larry 24. Anybody else? BK 86. Jason Winningham. Hello, sir. How you doing? Ali Howard. Who else? Vistalite is in the building. Did I miss anybody? I think that's about it for now. Leon Harris Jr., how you doing as well? So, all right, let's get into it, man. Where shall we start? Guess we'll talk about a few things, man, that Tomlin had to say in his, Tuesday press conference. So let me get my little notes here. Not a whole lot to dive into there, but basically Tomlin said, there won't be any sweeping changes. There won't be any sweeping changes to the approach. It basically comes down to execution. Kenyon has said that as well in our offline chat. I've heard other people say that. I've kind of looked into a couple of the articles that Dave and Alex and those guys at Steelers Depot posted. And come to find out, it's definitely more of an execution thing than it is maybe play calling, even though I still feel the same way I feel about the play calling from Randy Feetner. I feel like he sticks to his guns a little too much. Every now and then he does pull out a great play call, a great schemed approach, but sometimes it just seems like it's so vanilla. It seems like those opportunities are few and far in between. Now, sometimes there's missed opportunities, one of which we'll definitely showcase here tonight. But, so I guess I can agree with what Mike Tomlin is saying. I mean, can you make massive wholesale, overhaul changes at this point of the season? Maybe not. But can you adjust the way you approach it? Can you adjust the way you scheme it? Can you adjust the way you call the plays? When and where? You know what I mean? As far as down and distance, time, possession downs and things of that nature. Yes, all of that can change. And of course, better execution, which, that's number one. You have to execute the play that's being called, right? What else did Tomlin say that I wrote down? Said he's not afraid, he's not going to run from the opportunity against the Colts. And, I like his little phrase that he uses about being in the kitchen. And, he basically said, listen, when it's hot in the kitchen, you got to run towards it. So basically saying, look, just because we've lost, you got to read between the lines. Tomlin says a lot of things without being disrespectful, without, going crazy. But you got to read between the lines and kind of acknowledge what he's really trying to tell you. He basically said that, listen, we understand the last couple games that we've played, and those were definitely winnable games, definitely games we should have won. However, he acknowledges the fact that, okay, now we're going to play a better opponent on paper, what looks like to be a playoff team, and we're going to see. And the only way for us to see where we are, if we can get ourselves back together, is no better time to do it than against, a live opponent, somebody who has talent, somebody who has the potential to come in here and knock us off. So I respect that approach. Definitely respect that approach. Yeah, excuse me. Vista Light, let me see. He says something else here. He says, Tomlin said in the press conference yesterday, Ben and himself needs to play better. Didn't say anything about the coaches. Yeah, he said that. A lot of times, Tomlin will wear that. He did say that. He always says, myself included. But I will acknowledge that Vista Light, he definitely did, definitely did say, look, Ben has to play better. He acknowledged that Ben did not play the way he should have. And, of course, he always says we can't turn over the ball. But some people think that's cliche, but it's the truth. We had 3 turnovers, man. One of which being a clear interception by Ben Roethlisberger. So you just can't, man. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Can't do that. What else? Let me see. Any other notes that I took from what Tomlin said? One other thing, and I'll probably address this maybe a little later in the show, when more and more people are here, because I want a lot of people to hear this part. They asked him whether or not he would talk to Juju about his, pregame antics. And Tomlin said, he would. He's a little more aware of what Juju is doing now, because, last week, he kind of said, I wasn't aware that he was doing anything, yada, yada, yada. I tend to believe that. It's probably not a big deal that the coach knows every pregame thing that his players are doing. But, when the question is asked now and the media starts talking about it more, and there's another, consecutive loss after Juju going to the opponents, their logo or what have you, and pre-planning his TikTok video, Tomlin said, listen, man, it's about respect. It's about respect. But he also said what I said last night. That ain't got nothing to do with how he plays in between the lines. That's literally what he said. He said, I will talk to him because it's about respect. But at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with what goes on in between the white lines, right? And also, I'm going to share something that Joe Hayden mentioned today on Twitter. Kenya sent this to me as well. Joe Hayden says, listen, my dog Juju, dancing is the least of our problems. We take our L's like a man and we move on. See you Sunday. And that's it. That is it in a nutshell. So anybody who really thinks that this man's pregame antics or pre-week antics or during the week antics, because some people still have an issue with him being so relaxed, him being a gamer and all this kind of stuff. If y'all think that has anything to do with his play, this is just where we disagree. And as a professional athlete, if you can allow something like that to affect the way you perform your job, then there's a serious problem there. But like I said, and I'm going to continue to say it, I like Juju Smith-Schuster a lot. I love Juju as a player. I love everything he does for us. No player is perfect. So I know people try to pull out the whole, oh, well, he fumbled in New Orleans, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Oh, he got the ball knocked out against the Ravens last year when we looked like we were driving in overtime. Listen, man, it happens to a lot of people. It happens. But you're not going to tell me that you can question his commitment and his level of play in terms of just his engagement. You can't convince me of that. You can't convince me of a lack of focus from Juju, really? That all season has been doing the dirty work. And like I said, the same guy who's always seems to be around the football when somebody like Connor fumbles. All of those third down possessions this year. All of those catches that he caught and got hit and then he yacked for about another 9-10 yards while stumbling and falling. Y'all telling me that guy is not focused. No, I'm sorry. That's just where we disagree. What else? Was there anything else? Okay, the injuries. Tomlin mentioned, and I'm reading my notes here, guys, if you see me looking to my right. He said that Connor, Dotson, and Vince Williams all have a chance. You know, he basically said Vince Williams is more than likely, he's ramped up, you know, in the process, so he'll more than likely get back on the field. We desperately need him. I think we desperately, could desperately use him in terms of defending the run. Not taking anything away from Marcus Allen. I think Marcus Allen has filled in very admirably. But clearly, you know, what Vince Williams brings to the run game and even Vince Williams blitzing up the middle and on certain downs, we don't have that right now. We don't. You know, Avery Williamson's still trying to get his feet wet. You know, he's still not that much better than a Vince Williams in terms of overall skill set. Yes, he's a good tackler. But, you know, again, Vince Williams, where he makes his hay is defending the run, blowing up guards, blowing up oncoming blockers, and blitzing up the middle. We're desperately lacking that right now. So having Vince Williams out there with an Avery Williamson, with a Marcus Allen, and that type of rotation will be much more suited, because then we could still allow Marcus Allen to come in, you know, more flexibility there where maybe he doesn't have to play as much in the early downs. We still bring him in during the dime, the sub package and things of that nature. So that's what I got on that. So like I said, guys, what I want to do is I want to do something a little different tonight. Like I said, you know, full disclosure. And again, you might hear me repeat myself a little bit again, guys, because, you know, as the stream has started with 13 minutes in now, more viewers are coming. So I want to make sure important things that I say is not missed here in the live call. And obviously, you know, those who will see it as a recorded, my bad. But you got to understand that. What I want to do tonight, man, I haven't had the opportunity to rewatch the game whatsoever. Haven't watched any of the plays whatsoever, because again, for you guys that were not here last night in the post-game show, obviously it started later because the game was over at 11:30 or something like that. Got started at 11:30, and I stayed on with you guys for almost 2 hours, well over my normal time. Didn't get into bed after showering and all of that. Didn't get into bed until after 2 a.m., only to get back up and go to work, you know, and work this morning, even though I work from right here in the steel basement. But still. So just didn't get a chance. I didn't think that the All-22 would be available. Usually it's not available the very next day. Became available later this evening. Haven't had the opportunity to look at that. And like I said, I had no room. Very, very packed day today as far as work, because the CEO of our company announced that tomorrow we will be closing at 1 p.m. We were already off Thursday and Friday, but he's giving us early closing, so everybody's just trying to cram and get everything done. So my day was crazy. I didn't have no chance to watch the game. So what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to do that on the fly. But before we get into that, I want to ask a few questions, man, a few of the narratives out there, and then we're going to go to the chat early. I'm going to throw some questions out there, and I want you guys to answer it. You know, and I'll read a couple of those responses, and then we'll get to the film. Excuse me. First one up. Should Mike Tomlin be fired and Ben Roethlisberger quit? If you guys are wondering where I'm getting that from, That is from one Mark Madden on the Steelers losing. It's on triblive.com. He literally says, losing streak. Excuse me. If they go 11-5, they should fire Mike Tomlin and Ben should quit. I want to ask the chat, and I want serious responses, not the yes. No, give me some meat and potatoes. If you agree with that, tell me why. And also, here's the second part to that question: what would be the plan after that? So I want to know if you're on that train of we finish 11-5, fire Mike Tomlin, and release Ben Roethlisberger or Ben quits or what have you. What is the plan right after that? What would you do right after that? So go ahead. We'll sit here about 3 or 4 minutes to give you guys, some time to comment and get your chat fingers going. Jamal Washington says no, but yes to Ben. So what is the plan? What do we do if we let Ben go? What would be your plan? Rajan says no on Mike Tomlin. Okay. Dallas Quinley says no, Tomlin should decide to move on from Ben. Okay. What's our plan though? Y'all got to tell me the second part. What's the plan if we get rid of Ben this year? How do we approach it? Who y'all talking about? Somebody acting crazy in the chat? Y'all let me know, man. I'll get him out of here. JJ Walker says, no on Mike Tomlin, and with Ben, I think we should take a hard look at a quarterback going into the 2021 draft. Okay, I'm cool with that. We're already in a wild position right now in terms of where we would draft. So who do you think we would get in the draft? How do we approach it? Are we talking about trading up to get some of the top tier guys? Dallas is on board with drafting the quarterback. So yeah, if y'all can answer that question. And again, this is, trust me, I'm not judging anybody's. Like I said, after last night, I got all the stuff off my chest. At this point now, man, it's just gonna be open forum. I'm gonna let everybody have their own opinion, whatever it is. I'll still comment from time to time on some things that I think are crazy, but I literally just want to hear everybody's thought process. There's no judging here. Jordan Miz said, nah, I disagree. Coach Tomlin is okay, you responding to somebody. Steel City Film Room says, Tomlin absolutely not, Ben maybe. Okay. Give me a little more meat on that. Do your thing, Kenya, because I don't even know who the culprit is right now. But feel free. Jamal Washington says Tomlin is our guy. As for Ben, it may be time to hang it up. Mason is next up. I know we don't like it, but that's our guy. Whoa. Okay, people in the chat, how y'all feel about that? And again, I'm not putting words in Jamal's mouth here, but he's saying, more than likely, if we move on from Ben, Mason is probably the guy. How would you guys feel about that? How would y'all feel about that? Real Fact says, neither has to go. All you do is start the process of finding a successor, but we don't need to rush it. Okay. For Ben. Okay. Okay, here's a good one. Cleveland Dream Team 216 says, absolutely, Mike Tomlin should be fired. He has done less than a Hall of Fame talent. He has done less with Hall of Fame talent out of any coach in NFL history. Let me read that again, guys, because I know there's some rebuttals to that, and I want to read you guys rebuttals. Cleveland Dream Team 216 says, absolutely, Mike Tomlin should be fired. He has done less with Hall of Fame talent out of any coach in NFL history. My only rebuttal to that, Cleveland Dream Team, I want you to name me the Hall of Fame talents that have been on the Steelers teams since Mike Tomlin took over. If you can do that, because it's in your, it's in your opinion here. So I want to know who the Hall of Fame talents are. Let's take the discussion in a slightly different direction. Shout outs to C. Antoine Hill. Appreciate the donation, man. He says, hey, trade up for Trey in my Fat Albert voice. Laugh out loud. Tomlin stays, but fire the OC. Okay. And I would ask you, C. Antoine Hill, what the plan would be, but I think the plan in that case would be Canada would take it over. So I'm going to go ahead and say that for you. Let's see. Debbie had something. Let me go back and read Miss Debbie's comment. Where is it? I thought I saw something from Debbie. Where is it? Thought I saw something from you, Deb. Maybe I didn't. I thought I saw something from you. Oh, here you go. She says, absolutely not on both. Sounds like overreaction. I'm not firing a good head coach and not letting Ben go and have to pay him still. Just left cap hell. See, and that's why you got to give shout outs and respects to our female listeners. Deb comes in here and just gives everybody the business right there because she threw business in it. That is absolutely a fact, Debbie. We can't just, even if we wanted to, boy, it would be silly. Because that money ain't going nowhere. So, yes, great comment there, Debbie. One more, and then we'll move on to the next question. Manny Mercenui, or Merceno, I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Please forgive me. We ain't releasing Big Ben because Big Ben wants to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, I can see Big Ben taking a pay cut to stay because he already made enough money. Okay. All right. So I just want to see how you guys felt, man. I wanted to fill you guys out a little bit. Here's the next one. Can Mike Tomlin and company turn it around? Can they save the season? I actually put that in the title. Can they save the season? Do you think Mike Tomlin and company, because whoever you think the blame is on or isn't on, we're going to start from the top down. Can Coach T and staff and roster turn things around? If so, how do you propose we do? Now, again, some of us might have different answers than we had last night because y'all heard what I said last night. And I'll give my opinion on this question as well. So there's the question. Can Mike Tomlin and company turn this around? And if so, how do they do it? And what I mean by turn around is maybe we get a win on Sunday. Maybe we beat Cleveland next week. We go into playoffs and win a game. How about that? Maybe we start with that because, we already know we're in the playoffs. Dominique Foxworth. I saw a piece. I did see a piece of First Take today because shout outs to my father-in-law, Leonard. He asked me if I was watching. I said, no, I'm not. I said, well, let me cut it on and see what they're saying. I cut it on and I heard Max basically, kind of saying that, it's been a lot on the Steelers and Tomlin and, they got caught at the wrong time, yada, yada, yada. Dominique Foxworth and what's my man that used to play for Dallas? I like the guy, big guy. Why can't I think of his name right? Marcus Spears. They were all saying Tomlin deserves some blame, which he does. And I don't disagree with that. I just don't agree with anybody who thinks that Tomlin is completely to blame for this situation. I'm just not going to agree with that. However, Dominique Foxworth says if they get to the playoffs, see that, and usually I respect players, but that shows how much dumb. Steelers are already in the playoffs. They've clinched. So if you're going to sit on there on TV, have your facts together. That's all I'm saying, brother. From one brother to another. Have your facts together. Because sometimes you look stupid when you are so hell-bent on a point and you're wrong. So that's all I got to say to Mr. Dominique Foxworth. Foxworthy. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's see. All right, so let's pick back up where we were. Let me see if you guys commented on that. Can they turn it around? Let's see. Let's see. Did you guys comment on that? Okay. BK86 says they can save the season if they don't start producing till after halftime. Then we could no doubt, huh? Let me come back to you, man. Shout outs to 410 Carpenter Legend. He said it's not over yet. Remember teams like New York, Seattle, and Arizona. Well, let me tell you something, 410. I don't have to remember those teams because I remember the Pittsburgh Steelers when we won the Super Bowl with Jerome Bettis. Oh yeah, the season started taking a nosedive, and we got in that thing as a 6th seed, and we won the Super Bowl. Right? So I ain't got to remember nobody else. I can remember us. But what I'm asking you guys, again, give me some meat and potatoes. How? If you think they can still get it together, tell me how. Just your opinion. I'm not judging. I just want to know what you guys think would do it. BK86, I don't know if what I read there was complete. You know, I know there's autocorrect and all kinds of stuff, so I'm going to read it as it said here. It says, they can save the season if they don't start producing till after halftime, then we could no doubt. So it sounds like a couple different sentences together. But again, I will stick to the same theme. I need to know how. Give me you guys thoughts on how. Okay, I like this one. Steel City Film Room says, I thought most of the issues were fixed last night except for the O-line and Big Ben, but I feel like those were the hardest to fix. Okay, and you know what? Let me give a huge shout out to Steel City Film Room. I believe, and you can confirm here in the chat, man, I think you're the same one who has definitely sent me some information via Twitter. Like sometimes, you know, I might call out a coverage or something, and you'll say, no, actually, it was this. I go back and take a look at it. I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I think it's you. So I want to give you a huge round of applause, man, and a huge shout out. I don't know if you guys are going to hear the round of applause. Y'all make, oh, that's the film. I don't know if you guys are going to hear it anymore. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's connected, but I want to give you a huge shout out because I appreciate that. Guys, again, this is a family thing. We can all share our thoughts and opinions, you know, so I appreciate you doing that, you know, just giving your thoughts behind, you know, sometimes you shoot me a DM and you'll say, man, what do you think about this? Or this is what I thought happened, or actually what they did on this coverage. Like that. I think it's you, because I think the name is similar, if I'm not mistaken. So if it is you, shout outs to you. So don't look like we got a whole lot. One more. Danielle Scott says it's gonna be hard, but I think they can, because they got too much talent. We just got to play a traditional based offense. Okay. What's that mean though? What does that mean though? Give me a little more than that. Do we have one more? Let's read Mr. Winningham's. He says, we can save the season by making necessary adjustments in game and halftime, and remember the lesson from last year at this time. Yeah, I think that could definitely help, man. We got to make some adjustments. Okay, it is you, Steel City. I thought so, man. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, I definitely think if we just make some adjustments. Now, let me give my opinion on how. I think we're just going to have to, it's kind of like I said last night, we're going to have 3 approaches, right? 3 plans, and you got to mix those plans up. I'm cool with the short passing game in spots, but we can't stick to that. We cannot continue to go into a game where we have one plan and one plan only, and we're bullheaded, and we don't want to deviate. We have to make adjustments. Now, we have done that some defensively this year, right? But I still feel like we wait too long to do it, both defensively and offensively. But I do think if you go in there with the idea of we're gonna try to do these 3 things offensively in this game, and we're gonna pull these different plans out on different drives, that's the way that I think we can fix it. Again, last night, you saw what happened in the 3rd quarter. Quick little screen, and formation created it. Nice quick screen to Chase Claypool, get the ball in his hands, let him make a play. Okay, that opened up the possibility. Okay, what else will they do? Very next play, Deontay Johnson, boom, touchdown. Screen passes to Benny Snell, getting him involved, right? So then now they got to kind of play that. The delayed draw. We hadn't seen that in a few weeks. Worked pretty well last night with Benny Snell. So things like that. Mix it up. Incorporate some more of that motion. But let's get more motion going on a bunch of plays. Let's just not do motion and it's the same play. How come we haven't seen the play action off of the jet sweep motion like we saw a couple weeks ago? Like we haven't seen it in a while. That's what I'm saying. We're not mixing up the full extent of the playbook. We're not mixing up, when we sometimes get Ray McLeod out there for a couple, opportunities. I think once or twice we may have lined him up in the backfield this year. We haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. You got to throw variations of your plan out there. Have your plan, but you got to have plan B and C ready to go on command. So that's my thoughts. One last one, guys, and then we'll get to the film. Y'all see the thumbnail, so y'all already know that means something. Tomlin also made reference in his post-conference, today's conference. Got to pay attention to what Tomlin says. Tomlin has a very good way of saying a lot without outright saying something. They asked him about whether or not they would go with the hot hand with Benny Snell, right? And they said, with James, coming back, are you going to stick with the hot hand, so to speak? The run game's got going a little bit. And Mike Tomlin basically said, regardless of if James Conner comes back, Benny Snell will get more reps. Because he basically said, listen, you have to acknowledge what Benny Snell did. Okay, let me break that down for you. That's Mike Tomlin's way of saying, look, we got the run game going with Benny Snell. Because he made it his point to say, well, we have to acknowledge, right? And then he said, he basically said, regardless of what the status is on Conner, if he's available or not, then, based off of what we saw to Benny Snell, he still should be a part of the plan. That's telling me that Benny Snell will be getting the football a little more. And I'm going to throw the quick question out there to you guys now, and I got to get to this film room, man. We are already 30-something minutes in. Should Benny Snell be the first man in the lineup? How y'all feel about that? I don't want to hear, oh, we need another run. I don't want to hear any of that. We just talking about Benny Snell and James Conner. At this point, should Benny Snell be the first man in the lineup and Conner spelling him? How do you guys feel about that? And let's not go with our emotion. Let's not go with injury history or anything like that. Go with what we see out of these two guys on the field. I want to hear it. In the meantime, I'm going to read another comment, man, from Steel City Film Room. He says they have to throw the ball downfield and be effective doing so. That teams won't stack the box and just shut down the short passing game and the running game. Perfect. See that? And again, guys, I know everybody's not going to go into that much detail, but what he said right there, yes, we got to mix that in. Again, think about the sequence I just talked about. Quick pass to Chase Claypool. He takes the screen for a long amount of distance, and the next thing you know, bam, it's opened up down the field to Deontay Johnson. You got to keep them on their toes, man. Okay. No, James Conner first. Okay. Thaddeus Kennedy. Okay. Tim Thornhill says James is more of a complete back. Okay. Not mad at that. Right now, Benny is definitely playing better, J.J. Walker says. Okay. Yes, he should. He has a better first step. Danielle Scott says. Okay. Yusuf Del Rio says, yes, the chains move with Benny Snell. Yeah. Kelvin Colbert says Snell is more aggressive. That's debatable, but I think I know what you're getting at there, but that's debatable. James Conner is pretty aggressive. It's part of the reason why he gets hurt a lot, because his poor body, and I'm not saying that literally, but his poor body, man, just can't hold up with his aggression and his run style. It just doesn't hold up. Builder's Life says, if Conner is truly 100%, start Conner and do run by committee. Okay, if Conner is somewhat hurt, start Snell and spell with Conner when tired. Sounds like a great plan to me, Builder's Life. Jordan Miz says, how is Conner better? I think he's answering somebody else said no. Yeah. Virginity. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He says no, James Conner is better. Okay. Wow, JJ Walker, you literally took the words out of my mouth. You guys would remember, I said this last night. I've continued to say this about Benny Snell. Kenyon, Tony, and all of you guys listening are my witness, because y'all know I've said it on here. Exactly what you just said. I like Benny Snell's demeanor. I like his demeanor. Listen, y'all know I like James Conner's demeanor as well, but it's something about, I don't know, man. I get the impression that Benny Snell is almost a little more reliable in certain situations. It's weird that I'm saying that, because Conner is gritty, tough, and all of that, but I kind of feel like, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's the hunger from Snell being behind Conner. I don't know, but I get a vibe from him. But all right. Hey, father-in-law Leonard is in the building. I'm going to pick with father-in-law a little bit, guys, because he told me last night that Benny Snell, he actually said it today, our running backs didn't do nothing. And I'm like, 84 yards, 18 carries, a touchdown, 4.7. I mean, yeah, okay, some of the rushing happened a little later in the game, like third quarter, but still. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, like I said, because I think as fans, sometimes we get into highlight mode where we're looking to either see did they make a big play or not, and that justifies whether or not they were good or not. Can't look at things like that. Remember guys like Cam Hayward. You don't always see the sacks, right? But his impact is undeniable in certain situations. That's football, when you're watching every single aspect of the game. But all right, guys, let's get into the film. Film room is not going to be as long tonight. We're at 37 minutes, but let's just see how much we can get through. Again, now we got about 115 people viewing. Thank you first and foremost. Just to give you a recap, usually I watch film and I have plays to document. Didn't get a chance to do any of that at all for tonight because of how late we were on last night, and the game was on Monday. And again, we were on to past 1:30 a.m. Today was very busy for me at work because my CEO, thank you, by the way, announced earlier in the morning that my job will be closing tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're already closed on Thursday and Friday. So, I just didn't have, and even though I'm at home, I didn't have no time to steal away and do anything else. I haven't watched anything. Didn't watch the game again. No plays. So what I'm going to do in here for about 25 minutes, we just going to pick random plays and take a look together. Think you guys will enjoy that. All right, let's get into it, man. See, Steel City know what he talking about. See, Steel City's a football guy. He says Conner is by far the best in pass pro. See that? The football guys, when they start talking, man. All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Y'all let me know that y'all can see it. Give me the virtual thumbs up. I think y'all can see it. Let me move it here into the right corner. Try to hide it the best we can, guys, so that big bad NFL don't try to get me. They trying to get me for my 77. Some of y'all real players are know where I got that line from. They trying to get me for my 77. I like that name right there, Madden Criticizer. Oh, man, he says, hot take, we draft Trask and trade for Trace McSorley. And they battled it out for QB. Yeah, that's a super hot take. That thing is scorching right there. I ain't mad at it, though. All right, guys. Thank y'all for confirming. Let's get into it. We ain't got to go far. Let's look at the first drive. Whoops, that ain't what I want. Yeah, let's look at the first drive. We ain't got to go too far. Vance McDonald's in motion. Oh, yeah. I wanted to. Yeah, well, okay. So now I know it was play action. My bad. Let me start this over. Because remember last night, I wasn't 100% sure if it was play action. I know Ben, went into like a bootleg rollout situation. So now I see here it was play action. So let's take a look here. Look at these boys. Look, daring you to do something. They up tight. They was on us tight all night, man. All right, play action. See what we got. Woof. Ain't nowhere in the world Ben can make this throw down over here. But he had his man beat. But look, ball is severely underthrown, man. Let's back it up. And Ben rolls, and somebody made the comment last night, he rolls to his strong side. You got to step on him. Look, if he throws this right, Jesse Bates ain't even going to get there. Let me show you why. And I love Jesse Bates, by the way. Y'all know my history where I said, my wife's cousin is his agent, and we thought he was coming to Pittsburgh. Oh, it ticks me off every time I think about it, man, because, no disrespect to Terrell Edmonds, but just imagine, well, we probably wouldn't have gotten Minka, in that situation. But just imagine, man, if we had more of the ball hawk earlier, a pure safety, and maybe groomed somebody else to be a strong. But whatever. But yeah, Jesse is compromised here. You're the single high. You got to kind of read the quarterback's eyes. But you're not going to get there. Nobody's faster than the football. But look how severely underthrown it is. Y'all see that? That boy James Washington, let me tell you something. He's not a burner, but he always finds a way to get separation. Look, he's open. That's NFL open right there. If Ben put that thing where it needed to be, let's see. Was Ben a little antsy right here? Check it out. Could he have gotten out a little further? You think he could have got a little further there? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. But either way, the ball is severely underthrown. Let's look at it from this angle. And Vance McDonald is no match for, who is that, Hubbard? No match for Hubbard. Let's see what Marquise Pouncey is doing. We're going to focus on the O-line quite a bit tonight, guys. Let's see. Everybody's blocking to the left. Okay, everybody's doing what they're doing, pushing them away. Yeah, it looked like Ben might could have, maybe. No, I don't know. But regardless, if he throws this ball further downfield, look, the ball is thrown short, and y'all see this, right? Jesse Bates still ain't there. This is what I'm saying. You get that ball out in front of James Washington, and location got to be, you got to put that thing closer to the sideline, because this should have been picked off. All right, let's look at the next play here. We're going to focus on the O-line, man. We'll look at this whole entire first drive. 2nd and 2. Nothing doing. We'll wait until they get to the end zone view before I slow it down. All right, here you go. Let's do it here. There we go with our motion. All right, you cleared the linebackers out the way. Great play by number 21 or 27. I don't know who that is, but yeah, 21, I believe. Juju's responsible for blocking him, but Juju can't get there fast enough. Great play by the corner. Great play. That's a great play by him. Let's look at it again. Where Juju is lined up, it's almost impossible for him to get down and crash on this guy fast enough. Because he shoots it. He shoots it quick. Boom. Had Juju made the block, that might have been a decent sized run right there. 6-7 yards maybe. All right. 3rd and 8. Incomplete pass to Deontay Johnson. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah. I remember this one. Them boys backed out of that blitz. They fooled Ben right there. Look like they coming. Ben looking for a hot. And Ben just overshoots it, man. Overshoots it. Look like them boys coming and they back up out that thing. Smart defense right there. Especially when you show the blitz with the corner, you swear he coming. Then they back out. And it's only a 4-man drop. Right? Ben ain't got nowhere to go. Throws it high and behind Deontay Johnson. And just like that, the Steelers are off the field. Let's get back to the next offensive possession. Let me see. Let me find a couple plays as far as what we picked up to see if it's worth watching. Let's look at this one. Another 3rd and 6. Second possession of the game. Let's see what happened here. Look, notice the corners again. They tight all night. That's because they look how aggressive them boys are. Y'all see this? Look right here. Look inside. Look at my man on the inside. Everybody tight. We don't do that. Because even when we play tight, we bail. We very rarely put guys in this type of position where it's just mano a mano. Tight. Daring us to throw it. Because they know the ball's coming out quick. You understand? That's what happens when you run that quick game. Let me see. Lord have mercy. Look at Chooks. Look at Chooks, man. Check him out right here. Oh no, that ain't even Chooks. My bad. That's Jalen Samuels. Okay, I didn't even realize that was a running back. The offensive line didn't do too bad on this particular. Let's see. Let's look at it again. They didn't do too bad. Yeah, they didn't do too bad. They held up. But it was nowhere to throw the ball, man. Nowhere to throw the ball. Them boys playing tight. He tight on Juju. All right, let's get back to the next one. Well, the next one was the 3rd possession, and we turned it over on 1st down, I might add. So let's look at it from this angle. And look, this is what I be wanting to know. Who is Ben complaining to? Right here. Watch this. You didn't get the snap, brother. Watch him. Watch Ben. Who's he complaining to? You didn't catch it. Come on, Ben. Come on, man. Let's take a look at this one here. This was a huge missed opportunity, folks. Huge. Ginormous. Watch this. Let's slow that down. Little Al. Listen, I know it's hard to move that big body out there. But, brother, you have to get out there and make this. You have to make this block. Guys, look at all this green grass. Oh, my God. Perfect call. Look. This Ray, our return guy. This might be a house call, baby. Look. Villy, where you going, big fella? Gotta make that block, man. You gotta make that block. Get in his way or something. You gotta get there. Bruh, look, this is a touchdown. Let me just show you from the time that he catches the ball. Caught. You get that block. Ray is going here. He's probably going to put a foot in the ground and go back inside. If, who's that, Bates? If he decides, to angle him this way, or he might strafe it. He might strafe it, and if that's the case, Ray going to try to use his speed, right? He going to try to use his speed and just run straight down the sideline. But if this dude starts coming over, left foot in the ground, cut back, that is one of these. That's a touchdown. Look, man. Look at it. Just look. You can't really see it good, but look at all that field, man. All that field. Well, let's go back here. Just let's look at it one more time. Just imagine if Villy, gets this block. It might be a touchdown. Missed opportunity. So for this, I have to, I have to put my hate towards Randy Fichtner aside and say this was a great call here. Because look at the pursuit. Look at the pursuit. Great design here. You bring Ebron, bring him to the strong, over here to create more of a strong side over here. You got a tight end. You got the guard, tackle. Doubled it up over here, right? 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. And everybody flows that direction. This is a great play design. Look at this. It's play action. Fake handoff. Backside screen. Oh, this thing. And actually, Ray might wait for this block here to happen. He might wait for that. Catch. He scans the field. He might stutter for a second and let this develop. 6. It's possibly 6. Great play design, Randy Fichtner. I have to take back what I said about you. This wasn't all his fault. Wasn't all his fault. Let's take a look at this next play here. Anthony McFarland picks up 5 yards. Let's see how he did it. And we'll move on after that. This might be the one time McFarland might should have stayed outside. Let's see. He saw that crease though. I ain't mad at him. But you got a block setting up out there. You got a block setting up out there. Follow the play. You got Pouncey coming. You might be able to get to the edge, but I ain't mad at that. Cut it up, get what you can get. You got positive yards there. But he potentially had a bigger gain on the outside. Look. You potentially got a bigger gain if you stay outside. Let me see, because there's all likelihood he's going to peel off and get him. Yep. Bam. Pouncey's right here, so you expect Pouncey to get whoever breaks through here. But he cut right back in to the pursuit. Come on, young fella. He'll get it together. Let's see what happened here, man. 3rd and 7. As y'all know, we went 3 and out like 5 or 6 consecutive drives. Now they playing back a little bit. They still tight up here. But here they come. Look. Back in your face. Nowhere to throw the ball. That was a pick. That should have been a pick. It looked like Ben, man. I don't know. It looked like Ben was a little antsy, man. Look at this. Look at this. It's like Ben, it's almost like he's going to one read. And I get it. It's man, so you probably figure, all right, if he breaks to the outside, I have a chance back shoulder, but throw wasn't good enough. All right, let's keep it moving. What I want to find, guys, is that Ebron. I want to find that incomplete pass to Ebron. want to find that one. I'm also going to take a look at this one, Juju. Juju got lit up. Juju got Christmas treed on this one. Watch this. Let's go slow-mo. I don't know if any of you guys heard what Von Bell had to say after the game, but look at this. Exactly what he said is what happened here. Von Bell literally said he just sat on it. He sat on it. He knew what was coming. He felt like he knew what was coming. Look, he ain't even dropped. He just stayed there. He said, I saw number 19 and I broke on it. And he said, that was it. He said, I read Roethlisberger's eyes and I went for it. Watch him. Watch him. He don't even leave his post. My man basically stays flat-footed the whole time because he's reading the action, diagnosing the situation. I'm gonna stay right here in the hole, and I'm gonna go punish. Come downhill. Ball delivered. Bang. Knock that boy off his feet. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful reaction by him. Look, here you go. We can see it good right here. He watching Roethlisberger the whole time. Look, he almost beat Juju to the spot. Great safety play. Great safety play, man. That's called defense knowing what you're doing. That's what that's called right there. Let me find that Ebron one, man. And then I'm going to look at a few of Benny Snell's, here you go, some of his positive runs. So the reason why I'm showing this play, oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all see it? Look. Watch Chase Claypool. Right here. And watch Ben. Whole time. Ben already know where he going with it. He already know. Look, he ain't even looking over here. He already know where he going. He thinks that's going to break. It's a tough throw to make, though, Ben. Look at Chase. Look at Chase. Because Bates, look, Bates, for whatever reason, is playing Ebron. Reading Ben's eyes, I guess. But look at this. Claypool flashes open. And let me explain something to you guys. I'm going to show you when Jesse Bates is already beat. Right here. Let me pause it. Right here. Bates is already running this way. There is no way in the world that even if Ben's eyes come back here, then he's going to recover. When this dude is running full speed. Look, Claypool is about to plant. Watch. Let me speed it up a little bit. Bam. Watch. Keep watching. There's no way he's going to recover. All Ben got to do is put that thing right here. Lay it. That's 6. 2 big-time missed opportunities. So, again, I don't know if I can blame Fichtner as much. There were some missed opportunities here. Offensive line did a relatively decent job here, too. Look at this. Look, watch him. Now, y'all see it from Ben's perspective. But he's loading up. He's loading up to go with Claypool. But the thing is, Ben should know. Go to Ebron. Ben knows the play. So why is he so locked on Ebron thinking he's going to find that soft spot in the hole when he should be reading? This is two-man action. Listen, I never played quarterback, but I've talked to enough of them to know. Some of the easiest two-man progression reads to make is when it's on the same side of the field. When you have, let's back it back up. When you have this route combination, this is basically like a scissor or a fork. More so like a scissor, right? And it turns into that because this is basically a post. He gonna stem outside and then break back inside. It turns into a post. But when you have this route combination, where you have a guy here and you have a guy that breaking out to the corner, this is one of the easy. Listen, quarterbacks have said, guys that I've known, this is the easiest two-man progression read that you could have on the same side of the field. All you got to do now is identify where everybody's at. So Ben got happy, and he's probably thinking that this guy's chasing Claypool, which he is. So he's probably thinking that he's going to get Ebron underneath, right? He's going to get Ebron out in the corner. But again, you got to be able to know where that safety's sitting at. And again, it's like this. You can't expect everybody to make the best read. But man, this is a way tougher throw. Because if these guys continue to drift, he's playing off. He ain't playing him. He's drifting back. He's drifting back. Safety's coming over the top. Look. This is a super hard throw to make. Bates closing in. And boy, his makeup speed right here. That's a hard throw to make. But Ben waited for it. He waited and waited. Watch, I'm going to show you. Okay, he cleared. Now I'm about to throw it. But that ball got to be gone. But I feel like if he would have just read the progression, your better opportunity, man, is Claypool on the post. Even if Bates wasn't sideways. Once he commits to one side of the field, when he commits to this side of the hat, like you got him. You got him. He's running. He's already running towards this way. This route is breaking back inside. Dog, he's cooked. Trust me. For anybody who's ever played football, particularly in the secondary, once you commit to a certain direction, which I always hear me say about Madden, once they commit, that's it. That's it. Missed opportunity, man. Missed opportunity. What y'all think? What y'all think? Let me stop for a second to see what you guys think. Yeah, I agree with Steel City Film. Pre-snap, that's the right throw to make. Because Ebron, it looks like he's going to have that soft hole right there. But if he's looking that way, like, I guess my biggest complaint is predetermined, which, guys, in some cases is going to be that. You know your matchup. You know what route you're running based versus a certain coverage. You know what should be open. But, man, we've seen Ben read the field before. When two guys are in the same vicinity, you should be able to diagnose, Bates already leaning. That post might come open. It's hard to turn the hips once they commit. That's what I'm saying, man. Again, I'm not saying Ben is supposed to be perfect, man. I'm just saying, I'm going to show it to you guys one more time from this angle. One more time. Hold on. One more time, and then we'll move on. We'll be getting ready to wrap up the show here. From here, look, see, I wish y'all could see Bates, man. We can't see. Let me see if I close this. Nah, we still can't really see him. You can see him a little better, but watch. I'm going to move it a little further. Dog. If Ben is reading, look, he's reading it. He can see Jesse Bates. And this is all I'm saying. Watch, let me bring it back a little bit closer. All right, right there. Bates is already turning his hips to run toward the sideline. Right? You know the play. Look, Ben is reading this. Let me see if I can pinpoint his vision. Look, he's looking, all right? He should be able to see where Bates is going. Because like my man Steel City said, even pre-snap, you still got to read the safety, the corners, to see how they play. So you're diagnosing this on the fly, right? So when you know that the free safety is already committing here, and you know that Claypool is going to stem and get back inside, he's beat. He's beat right now. Look, Bates is parallel to the line of scrimmage. He's cooked already. Look, all Ben had to do, man, is wait another half second before throwing the ball. Another half second. Look at Claypool, man. There's no, oh God, I hate that this thing keep moving. There's nobody here. And he got plenty of time. Look at the pocket. Look at the pocket. Plenty of time. He would have been able to make a super clean throw because Jackson ain't going to get there. Or whoever that is. He ain't going to get there. Because what you look at Claypool. Like, no, dog. Because you throw this joint straight down the middle of the field. That's how it's called. Ben. Again, guys, I'm not blaming Ben, but you got to be able to see that. Yep. You're absolutely right, Steel City. It's one of those ones, man, I can guarantee you when they look at the film, they're going to be like, oh, man. Oh, man. It was there. But like I said, guys, an NFL quarterback at that level, when you're looking in the direction of two receivers and you're reading safety and reading the corners, that's supposed to be an easy progression. Easy. You see that safety turn like that, it's a wrap. You know Claypool coming back inside. But, all right, man, let me see if I can find some positive runs, guys. Probably got to get to about the third quarter. And then we'll be done. Then we'll be done, man. You know, I'll rap with you guys for a minute. We've already reached over an hour. It's funny how that happens, right? All right, I'm just going to look in the third quarter here. Benny Snell, 7 yards. Let's see how that transpired. Look at Benny, man. Benny running hard. Look how he run, man. That's a nice, tough run for 7. Y'all be trying to tell me this dude ain't no good. I don't know, man. I think people just dream of having all-stars at every position. Look, this was perfectly executed. I don't know who Villy was supposed to, they double team inside. And then he's supposed to kick out. And he's a little too late. But, Benny makes a man miss. Nice move. He got just enough of him to phantom tackle by Bell. But shoot, if Von Bell doesn't make this shoestring tackle, Benny is about to bounce off of Juju's block. Look at Juju blocking this dude like crazy. But nah, he TikToks though. He's the TikToker. Look how long he holds this block. He's bouncing that to the outside. He's going to get about 7-8 more yards maybe. Who knows what happens with this guy. Great run. And here's the setup, right? So matter of fact, let's look at that whole sequence here. Mixed play calling. I'm going to go back to the first down. Bring Benny back inside to get the defense to declare. On up in there, all Ben can do is let it go. Let me see what happened on the front end there. My goodness, look at Carl Lawson. Well, this time it's against Vance, though. So, no, it ain't. Vance went out and covered. Look at Carl Lawson. Get off me, big boy. Oh, Philly. Oh, little Al. My goodness. Little Al. You tried what you could near the end, though. All right, so we are then right after that. Okay, we don't get past happy. We didn't get past happy. 2nd and 10. Decided to run the ball. Great. We already seen this play, but I'm just showing you guys this sequence of events. Great. Okay. Run the football. Now you got options. 3rd and 3. So what do we do now? We get cute, right? We go with this little awkward stack on both sides. That's something different for the defense to look at. And look what it creates right off the break. If this is a screen, all you got to do is beat your man. Watch. All you got to do is beat yours. It's you and your guy. Mano y mano. Cornerback played it inside. And Chase Claypool says, "Thank you kindly." Watch it. But it automatically creates that matchup. So this was a great call right here. Work to perfection. There's got to be who's that over there blocking? Oh, Juju down here. That's probably James. Probably James Washington. We'll see who it is in a minute. And he's compromised. This guy, he don't know what to do. Chase Claypool keeps his feet, uses his strength, throws a little stiffy, and that boy's off and running. Look at that speed. Almost got to the heezy. Almost. All right. And look what it set up right after that. Then you come back. You put, look, now you got something. Little push off, little AB push off. But what I'm saying is, guys, not just because we scored on this, but it opened up more options. Now, the defense is kind of like, all right, what they going to do here? They probably anticipating a run. Look, linebacker step up first. You get your one-on-one out there. Single high safety. And like I told you guys last night, if we were to have a number one, you're looking at him right there. He's our number one receiver when he gets himself together. He's the guy that can beat press coverage. He's the guy that's the best route runner. He's the guy that can create his own shot, if you will, if you want to use a basketball reference. Deontay is that. So if there was a number one receiver on our team right now, it would be Deontay Johnson if he gets his hands together. Great bounce back from the kid last night. All right, and I'm going to find a few more runs, 1 or 2 more runs from Benny Snell, man, and then we're going to get out of here. I want to find that nice one. Let's see, where was it? Let's look at this one, 13 yards. Let's see how this one transpired. I think that long one was right before this. I think it was before this. I don't see it. Benny Snell showing some jets. I can't find it. Let me see. I can't find it. Hold on, guys. Thought that was the one. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I knew it was on this drive. See, and this is early on. Early on in the third quarter. Look at that. See, this is what I was saying to you earlier, Leonard. It wasn't the end of the game. This when we making a comeback. You know what I'm saying? When we putting something together, and the fact that we stuck to the run game. Again, I'm gonna give a little credit I'm gonna give a little credit to Randy Fiedner. And look at your boy. Look at Gray. Look at Gray. Can you think we can groom him into being a nice guard? You know, we like them big old guards. We like them Ramon Foster types. Hat on the hat. O-line did their job right here. So I just want to show this again, man, just to say, guys, it's just as much the O-line's responsibility as it is the running back, obviously. You know, so for people who just want to say our running backs suck, come on, man. If the guys ain't blocking for them, what they gonna do? But this shows you right here that we have the potential to execute. So I'm gonna take back a little bit of what I said last night. I don't think our offensive line is the worst. They just may not execute the way they need to all the times. But hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. This was outstanding. And again, later on in that drive, another 13-yard gain, which I just showed y'all. Let me see, was there anything else? Another decent gain. Did not pick up a first down later in this drive, though, and that was a little deflating. Let's see this one. 1st and 10. And then we'll be done after that. Oh, hour and 16 minutes. See what happened here. Oh, yeah, nobody open. Oh, yeah, that was another opportunity. Ben missed him. Let's look at this whole play from the word go, though. Let me see what's going on. They're not even playing tight coverage here except for up here. You know, your X is always going to get that type of attention. Let's see what happened here. Running Juju inside. Linebacker does a good job of staying home. Nothing going on with Vance McDonald. Nothing here. And Claypool continues to work. Ben just got to try to make a better throw. I know he's got people in his face. That's a tough throw, but, you know, that's another opportunity right there that we missed. See what the O-line's doing. But, yeah, man, I definitely recall, and when I really watched this game in full again, I'll have a better assessment of the O-line. But Carl Lawson was having his way with Villanueva. He was having his way. And they was flipping him, you know, because this time they got him on the right side of the offense going against Chooks. Chooks holds up pretty well. See, the offense, you know, there's time here. But guys got to get open. Claypool works to get open. Look, man, if Ben could, if he could just put it in the, oh, man. That's 6 of them things right there. If you get that ball down just a little bit lower, and this is key right here, because look, this was, at this moment, 7-17, 7:14 left in the third. You make that a 3-point game. You know what I'm saying? Even though we needed both a field goal and a touchdown, I think a touchdown puts a little more angst, you know, in the side of the Bengals. But there you have it, guys. That's all I got, man, for tonight as far as that. I'll spend a few more minutes in the chat, but let me say something real quick before we go. Do I think we could fix this? Do I believe when Tomlin says it's not so much wholesale changes, it's more execution? I'm starting to believe it a little bit. Again, I'll have a better assessment after I fully watch the game, but just looking at a couple of the plays here, you can see where execution is everything. That screen to Ray McCloud, that could have been big. You know, if Ben can put that first play of the game, put it out a little further and connect to James Washington, that could have been big. Imagine how the feeling of the Cincinnati defense if they get hit with a big play that early in the game, whether we scored or just got way downfield. Get up on them early. Those turnovers. As a matter of fact, I am gonna show one more play. We gotta find that interception. Do you guys remember what quarter that was in? You guys remember that? I think it was in the second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it was in the second quarter when he threw that pick to McKenzie. Yeah, here it is. We got to see what Ben was looking at on this play. Jeez. Ben. Come on, man. Threw it right to him. This is a 3rd and 14. I see where he's trying to go, but your safer throw is coming here. You got that shallow cross coming. That's your safer throw. Hit him in stride and let him see if he can make a man or two miss. You know, you get your block here perhaps. But what he tried to do, he's anticipating Juju getting to first down depth. Let me see. Yeah, the sticks are there. So I get it. He's anticipating Juju getting to the sticks. But look, I mean, you got a man right in the hole. Rat in the hole, man. Right there. Come on, man. And the thing is, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he thought, I don't know what he thought, to be honest with you. Like I said, you hate to throw it, you know, short of the stick. So I get it. But, man, let's look at it from this view. But it ain't there, man. From the jump, it's not there. It's not there. He's sitting right there. I mean, Ben, God, let's look at it one more time from here. He's sitting right there, bro. And it ain't like he going to claim. Like you waiting for Juju to get here. My man already there. Where you thought you was throwing this ball? Well, maybe he thought he put enough height on it because he had to jump to get it, but yeah, that's a bad pick right there. Bad pick right there by one Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, man. Shout outs, man. Shout outs to
90 seconds.
Collins. And let me cut off Blog Talk because we didn't take any calls tonight anyway. Let me cut Blog Talk off. Give me a second, guys. Man, shout outs, man. Shout outs, super shout outs to this Stoney Collins, man. He says, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate that. He says, Ben isn't washed. His throwing mechanics have been backyard-ish and reads were off. There's been a lack of focus across the board on offense, run game struggles, bouts of drops, and now poor quarterback execution is the concern. But you say he isn't washed. So I guess you're saying that he can still turn it around. Okay. So yeah, I'm starting to think, man, that I'm definitely starting to think, man, that execution might be the key. Might be the key. Yeah, man. Yeah. Might be the key is execution. And I just was reading here with Steel City Film Room is doing, man. And I appreciate, listen, guys, he's giving you guys real football stuff going on, you know, in the midst of me speaking. But exactly what he said there, man, that concept, you know, when you got that dagger, you got him coming inside. It's a hole. It's the hole is there, but you got to be able to read what's happening. You know, Alexander's sitting right there in the hole, you know, so you can't, because look, if we go back to it, it's there. This is just straight dagger. And again, for you Madden heads, this play is in the game. You get your guy here. He's going to come on a little shallow cross. And then your target is coming this way. He's going to stem as if he's going to push, but then he's coming right here. He's going to sit down right in here, or he could carry all the way across. But this is typically where you want to hit it, against that coverage. Looks like this turns into a cover 2. Easily identifiable. Again, remember when I said, guys, not everybody plays every coverage the same way. Even though this is a zone, he's playing tight, right? Makes you think like it's man. It's definitely not man. He's going to release him, allow him to go inside. You got your linebacker here. These guys are responsible for these areas. You got your mid guy right there. But anything that comes across them in the front, got your 2 deep safeties. And the beauty of this right here, look, he stops right here too, right? His responsibility is not to follow him because it's not man. But this is what I like about how he played it. Look at the depth he got on that, right? So by the time Juju goes into his break, Ben got to hold it. Now, if this guy would have held up the same way he did, again, for you Madden guys, this is the reason why I say, look, man, you can't just allow these dudes to play grass. They got to play situation. If he plays it the same way he does, he going to stop about here. You might have something. You might just have something if he stops. Because then Juju would break that and he'll probably sit right in here. But the fact that he carries it, gets more depth, and widens out. Okay? Look at him. He's going to widen out just in case Juju does try to break this off into a corner route, which is not going to be, but he's playing this perfectly. Funneling him inside. His leverage right now is going to play here, push him to the safety, just in case he by chance breaks this into a corner. This is covered. There's no hole shot. He's underneath. It was perfect. It's perfect. Can't make this throw, man. You cannot make this throw. There's nowhere to go. Look, there is nowhere to go. This is a situation where the zone coverage played to perfection. Because remember what we always say, guys, we go crazy when we continue to play zone on third down. We go crazy, right? It's not that you can't play zone and or man. It's just how you do it, when you do it, why you do it. In this case, they played this to perfection against this concept. There's nowhere to go. This trips meant nothing. They got a box here. Look, bang, boom, boom, bang, bang, bang. Underneath, bang. Lets him go through, which is fine because you know what's going to happen. More than likely, you hit him short, he's going to rally to the tackle. So that's why you let him pass through. He's going to stay put just in case the back goes in the flat. That's his area. Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed. Man, yes, Steel City, you speaking, man. It's just way too vanilla of a design, man. It's just... yeah, there you have it. But guys, man, I'll spend a few more minutes in here, man. We're gonna go ahead and get off here. Maybe a couple minutes. Anybody got any other comments, man, as I continue to wrap up what I was saying? Look, they're gonna have to definitely execute better. Do I feel any better about our chances? I don't have confidence that we will change it. Can we? Yes. Will we? I don't know. And I'm not sure we beat the Colts. Honestly, I'm not sure we beat the Browns at this point. Don't act like just because we beat them the way we did the first time means anything. We beat the Bengals the first time. Beat them like a drum. Just saying. I'm not confident. And it just makes me feel like, who do we beat in the playoffs? So my theory is, yes, it's correctable because it looks like it's more execution than it is bust, but there are some bad designs as well with Randy Fichtner. But I don't know, man. I literally don't know. Don't know. So that's how I feel, man. These next 2 games will allow us to really see, if we can be competitive with better competition. So that's what I got. What y'all got, man? Still City says, I think Ben can fix these issues because it's a lot of mental errors, but it's not going to come automatically. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Dante Harris says, we are about to bounce back. Don't leave the ship, folks. I ain't leaving it. I ain't leaving it. I'm going to go down with the ship. But when the ship got a hole in it, it's just a matter of time. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Lucky Left says, Steelers aren't improving every week. The Browns are. Yep. Don't disagree with that. Kenyon says, I know the quarterback position is coming up for us. I just don't panic about it. Okay. I think he's replying to Antoine. Okay. Rajon is asking him about the safety at USC. Kenyon going to let you know because we've been talking about that already. See, Antoine Hill says, I prefer a quarterback who can move, not like Lamar, but someone like Mahomes. My boy Russell Wilson, man, that's my prototype right there. That's my prototype. That's my prototype. Let me go back up. Jamal Washington says, yeah, it's getting a little predictable. Need to mix it up. We got to, man. Got to mix it up. Why Diggy says, I believe Tomlin that it's more of an execution issue. I kind of feel like Ben is living in his fears, just like Deontay Johnson. He needs to get out his own head. One thing, and I agree with you, but one thing I did like what I saw when they showed Ben talking to Deontay Johnson. That's cool, man. Those are the moments when, I look at Ben's leadership with a side eye, and it's not negative to him, but I'm always the one saying how much of a leader is he? But when he does things like that, that makes me, kind of give into my own thoughts and be like, okay. So that was good to see. We need Deshaun Watson. Okay. Plot twist from Mr. ABS. He says, what if we see more of a true Matt Canada influence come playoffs? Usually teams hold a few wrinkles come playoffs, and I wonder if he has something in store. I hope we do. Yes, me too, man. It better be something. It better be something. But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, man. And Brent Fox just reminded me. He says, happy holidays, everyone. Great show. Thank you for that. But yes, let's go ahead and sign off, man. I've given you guys so much time as far as content these last 2 days, and I am wiped out. So I'm going to go up here and spend some time with the family, maybe spend a little time with the PS5 right here beside me. I did get one just to show you guys that. I did get one, man. I got one officially. Some of y'all know the story. I don't want to make myself get into tears again, but the week I had to go to Virginia, to be with my family due to my mother's passing from COVID. She passed on November 17th. My wife, the Thursday before that, when I was doing the other podcast, the gaming podcast, she surprises me on the show saying that she got through on that day when Walmart was doing the 4-day times. I was trying all day, nothing worked. She finally got through at 9 p.m. that night. She busted in the door live on the show and told me, you are the owner of a PS5, yada, yada, yada. And that Friday that I have to go to Virginia to be with my family, the PS5 arrives. So for that whole weekend, it's just sitting here. I left it here, and all of that. But long story short, that's my Christmas present, man, to me. I've been enjoying it for the most part. Waiting for some real games to come out. I've been playing 2K. I've been playing a little Madden. I think I'm going to get back into, doing some franchise videos for some of you guys that enjoy that. Madden just doesn't have enough for me quite yet. it's a shame, man, because back in the day it had so much more depth. I'm a franchise mode guy. I will say next gen is a better experience. The player movement and the next gen stats and all of that. So for you guys who are interested in that, man, I think I'm gonna get back into that. I might start it off this week, and start it from week 15 to where we're in the 11-3 hole and see if we can climb out of it and bring you guys maybe some Colts action. So for you guys who are interested in that, make sure you subscribe. When I upload that video, you guys will see it then. But other than that, man, hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. Hope you spend great time with your family. And if you're going to spend time with more than just your immediate family, please be careful, man. Please be careful. Please, please, please be careful. But other than that, happy holidays, man. I will see you guys again. I'm probably going to go out on a limb and say there will probably not be a pregame show again this week because I believe we're going down to Virginia the day after Christmas to visit my father. And I'll, probably just do a day trip and then I'll be back, to watch the game or whatever here on Sunday. So I'm probably not going to have time to do a pregame. So the next time you guys will hear from me will be after the Colts victory. I say that. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this game, man, but whatever. But outside of that, man, you guys have been great. Have a great night. Again, be safe. God bless. Happy holidays. And thank you guys for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. Catch you later. Peace.